audio might be frozen, but I can hear you at least. There it is. Great. Oh. Hello. Oh no. Oh, how fun. Yes, I can hear you perfectly.
Okay, oh, that's good. It's taken a while. I've had to move office, and finally I got a connection.
Well, good.
Thanks for joining me at such short notice.
Yes, thank you.
Obviously, we've had a little bit of email contact. I
Right.
told you a little bit about the position. Obviously, you're a newly qualified teacher, is that right?
That's right, yes.
Yeah, okay, and you're keen to experience coming abroad and trying something a little bit new. Obviously, you've chosen Sweden and Stockholm. I'm originally from the UK. I've been living here for, oh gosh, nearly 30 years.
Oh, wow.
Why are you interested in maybe Scandinavia? Do you know anything about Sweden or Stockholm?
I know a little bit, just what I've heard from secondhand. I visited Germany a few years ago and I heard all about it, heard it was beautiful, and so I went ahead and applied for the position. Didn't know what was going to happen, so very excited, very excited.
Alright, that sounds great. Well, it's a lovely city to live in. Our school is in what I call a northern suburb, so it takes about half an hour by public transport, by underground. We have a good underground system and by bus as well. We're quite a big school for Sweden. We're in two buildings. I'm the principal for the senior school and the junior school. In junior school, we have our younger students. They're ages 10 to 13.
Okay.
In Sweden, that's called years 4 to 6. And then our senior school, we have our students aged 13 to 16. And that's what we call in Sweden, i.e. years 7 to 9. It's a little bit different, I think, from the States. I'm not sure.
It is different.
I'm trying to work out your actual qualification because you're qualified to teach years 4 to 8. What age group does that go up to?
Yes, so usually in the United States that goes up to 14 or 15. But I am able to take the qualifying test to teach what we call our high school math, and so I could teach all the way up until 18-year-olds.
Okay. We just need you to be able to teach up to the age of 15,
Okay.
16. So
Perfect.
I think that would be fine. This job came up sort of only about a week or so ago, about 10
Surprise.
days ago. The member of staff got another position and decided to move on.
Okay.
So as I tried to explain, we are a little bit, how can I say, everybody's on holiday. Normally, I would have a Skype interview first, and then I would let you speak to the head of department, maybe have a Skype interview with the head of department. But unfortunately, she's the lady that's left, so
Oh, no.
it's a bit difficult in terms of being able to talk to you and answer all your questions. But one of my other great maths teacher, Francisca, who's originally from Germany, been living here for, I think, 2 or 3 years.
Okay.
She's going to take over the head of department role, but she's on holiday at the moment. So
Oh, of course.
I have to speak to you. Okay, I gave you a little bit of information. I'm trying to give you some feedback. In terms of our school, we're a bilingual school, so
Yes.
the majority of our students are Swedish native speakers. Their English is very good because they come in at the age of 10 and get a lot of, over 50% of education in English.
Sure.
So by the time they come up to senior school where you'd be teaching maths, their English is very good. They manage the key terms in both languages. But we do ask our maths teachers, even our international ones like yourself, to keep going this idea of using both vocabulary. So when you start a unit of work, we ask you to give the students the Swedish words and the English words as well.
Okay.
And that's something as a department that you prepare. You don't have to worry. It's not something you have to do.
Okay,
you get
good.
support from your other Swedish-speaking members of the school and department. We do, however, use maths textbooks in Swedish as well as materials in English.
Okay.
Don't worry about it. We don't expect you to know any Swedish, but it's sometimes quite good for the students because sometimes when they're doing homework, maybe they need some support from their parents and that type of thing. They've got the materials in both languages.
That's
And
fantastic.
you don't need to come and teach maths in English, okay? So
Great.
we don't expect you to have any Swedish, but usually our maths teachers our international maths teachers pick up Swedish quite quickly because they're hearing the words, both the words, more than in some of the other subjects where it's nearly all done in English.
I
What
can
are your
imagine.
thoughts about that? What do you think?
I think that sounds like an adventure. I don't know any Swedish, but I'm very excited to learn. I think that is part of learning about a culture is definitely learning their language and continuing to find out how the locals speak and how they act, and that's a big part of that. And so I'm excited for that opportunity for sure.
Okay, all right. What we do in our maths here, our classes are normally each class is 32 students, but with maths we have an extra teacher, so we divide two classes into three groups. In Sweden, we're not allowed to officially stream or to group the classes after ability, but at the same time, when they get a little bit older, they decide themselves maybe whether they want to go in a faster paced group or a slower paced group. So often we involve the students a little bit in that decision.
Wow,
So
that's great.
by the time they get to 15, 16, they know that our students are very good, they'll all be passing, but some want to sort of go at a quicker pace than others, and they can decide a little bit which group they go into. So on average, you could be teaching groups of about 20 students, max maybe 22 students,
Okay.
something like that. Sometimes smaller as well, depending on the size of the classes.
That's
and
great.
you meet the class 3 times a week. You have an hour lesson with them. So you meet the same class for 3 hours a week, and then you have another class.
Okay.
Normally with maths you have 5 or 6 classes that you see 3 times a week. It's a maximum of 18 hours, so you could have 6 classes, sometimes it's 5 depending on schedules. So that's 18 hours of teaching. And then we're in the school, as I said, 36 and a half hours a week, and that's including all your meetings and planning, sort of meeting with your departments once a week,
Sure.
the maths department, doing the marking, etc.
Okay.
We follow the Swedish curriculum, which is very teacher-based. It means that the teacher does a lot of the assessment of the students.
Okay.
We don't send away for external marking or examinations. So
That's great.
This means when you first come, it takes a little while to get to know the curriculum. And luckily,
Oh no, I think you might have frozen. Oh bother.